Okay, well, I've got a lot to say in this video because I'm going to be taking a ride through Dalton, and I have to start somewhere. So I've decided to start at Veterans Park in South Holland, so I can take you through the Dalton border, and you can see everything. Well, not quite everything. I'm not going to drive through too much of the town. Just like you'll see. I have a vague idea of where I want to go, which is good enough for me. I'm not super keen on driving all over, but I'm okay on a Sunday morning and taking a vague general run through the town. I'm going to go down Chicago Road, just take it all the way to the end of Chicago Road by Nick's and go from there. So you'll see. I already have it planned out. I'm trying to get here early in the morning. I don't like driving around holding the phone up. It's not actually, there's a cop, I've got to hold it down. It's not actually advisable to have this held up, but I don't think anyone really cares too much. I've got to watch where I'm going. It's not so easy to drive with this too, but I'm okay. I'll hold it to the side most of the time. Okay, so what you're seeing here is obviously Veterans Park in South Holland, just north of just south of the Dalton border. There's the Little Cal River. So this should be interesting. Now, I don't go into Dalton very often at all. I mean, I basically never do. I don't have any occasion to, so I'm seeing it like you're going to see it. Somebody that hardly ever goes there. Some of you that are watching this haven't been here in years or seen anything in years, so you're going to see a lot of new buildings. Most of the stores and commercial enterprises have been repurposed and are other stores, or they might not be there anymore. I'm not going to talk too much, not just because I woke up not too long ago, but I don't really have to narrate this very much. It's somewhat self-explanatory. That's the old Dairy Queen. Okay, now we're into Dalton. Now I can get a little more animated. These are all those apartments on the west side of Chicago Road. A ton of them. A lot of young people got their first place away from home here. They became 18 or 19 and didn't go to college, or maybe when they came back from college. These are fairly new homes from the 60s and early 70s on both sides, and a few more apartments on the left, a little older. Okay, this is new. This used to be Cavallini's, and that's a new, not that new, about a 10-15-year-old strip mall, about 10. That used to be a gas station. It's torn down. That's the Riverdale Bank, which is now Fifth Third. We'll be going over Indiana Avenue down there. That's the one that, the hump that goes over the railroad tracks. I'll show it to you in a second. I'm not particularly keen on coming here at any time because of the drivers. You just don't know who's going to pull out in front of you and such. It could be kind of nuts here, so I have to really keep my eyes out. Okay, there's J and Ernie's Liquor City, the VFW Hall, Slips, Walters, which sold it. You'll recognize more buildings than I know of. Even I lived here 25 years and I still don't remember, or 20 years I lived here and I still don't remember everything. Okay. remember what that building was. Obviously, it was a store at one time. There's Franklin School. I'm going to take a diversion here. See if I can get through here. Working on the street here. Okay, there's Franklin School. This is the fun part. I'm going to take little spur turns on here on my route. I planned on doing it, not quite here at Franklin, but I wanted to take you to Dalton Park here. A lot of potholes here, but I noticed them everywhere. Even in Woodland. Woodland has a ton of potholes. So a lot of communities just don't have the funds to fix their streets. I mean, but here's Dalton Park. Anyway, I'll shut up for a second. There's all the homes that had the cat eye view of the fireworks. And there's where they blew off the fireworks, right there. That's your Dalton Park. I might do this again and show. I am going to do this again. Maybe next week I'll show you some different stuff. Just one more time. Okay, so coming back through the end. This is not a whole lot to see here. I don't even know what street this is. Okay. I didn't realize you could see Franklin School at the end of that street. Pretty cool. Little vantage points I didn't even notice growing up here. Okay. I know the Dorans lived around here on Angle. So I'll go down this street and show you Bonanza and a few other places. You'll see Jason House banners. I guess, well, the election was a couple weeks ago, but they're still up. I never noticed that old home. What a beautiful, beautiful old home that is. I mean, it's seen better days, but that's pretty cool. Okay, this is Bonanza coming up here. God, I remember that Wild West old building. I don't know what the hell that was. But anyway, this is Bonanza. It's still here. Look at that. Matter of fact, my lawnmower is here. I brought it in Friday to get tuned up. So, it's sitting inside there somewhere. It's supposed to be ready early next week. So that'll be nice. I might as well drive you past Dalton Park here, come to think of it. Like I say, I'm just ad-libbing this. I don't know where the hell I'm going to go. But, okay, these are all new buildings. Not all. Yeah, some are. New buildings that have been built in the last, I don't know when they built these. I've never seen these before. You can see the condos, the fountain something condos. I forgot what Fountain Crest. That's what it was. Fountain Crest. This is really nice that nobody's out yet, especially in Dalton. They don't wake up till probably 10 o'clock out here. So you can see it's 7:58. So yeah, we're really early here. Actually, the potholes aren't too much better than some places I've seen. That was the Pasquinellis that were built. Some of the last homes to be built in Dalton were right around here in the mid-70s. Okay, there's your ball fields. Oh, I forgot there's speed bumps. Okay, yeah, they put speed bumps on Chicago Road, which is great. I'm glad they did. So here's another speed bump here. And here's the football field. I hope I'm not talking too much, but it's kind of fun to narrate it to some extent, I guess. Okay. I hope you... Well, see, I gotta watch where the hell I'm going here. I'm not looking for cars. I don't need to get into an accident on Sunday morning, especially in Dalton. Okay, so I don't know if you'll notice. If you knew anybody that grew up in these homes right by Dalton Park, there's your tennis courts. I might as well pull in and out. I gotta watch for glass, though. I don't think there's too much glass. I actually jogged here in the early 90s. It was near the end of when it was safe enough to come out here. Obviously not anymore, but yeah, I mean, I lost a lot of weight out here and quit smoking about 1991. I used to run around the whole park 10 times. I can never do that again. And it looks like the tennis courts seen better days. But anyway, this looks like the jogging path has seen better days. Why they have a gate on the jogging path, I have no idea what they're trying to block there. I guess cars or something. Why a car would want to go on a jogging path, I have no idea. But anyway, let's get back on Chicago Road. I'm glad I came early. There's a lot of boarded up homes around here. They're really old. So it's not exactly a preservation district, so it is what it is. All right. Let me watch I gotta watch the potholes and the cars while I'm holding this camera up. There are a lot of both. So, especially the potholes. Okay, that's old Sinclair's, which was Kevin's Auto Repair. That's the side of it. Now we're back on Chicago Road. I'll have a whole lot of narration. I hope I'm making it interesting. I'm trying to. All right, so we're going past the same area again, and Franklin School, of course, again. Okay, now we've got a stop sign. That's interesting. Never saw one of those before. Okay. Let's see. Ah, black cat crossed the road, so I don't know if that's bad luck or not. I hope I have a wide enough angle on here for you guys. There's that old gas station. There's the Quats Hardware coming up. A lot of these homes look so old when you look at them now. I mean, they were old, but when you see frame homes, unless you're in Hinsdale or some quaint historical district like Frankfurt or something, they're flap traps, kind of, pretty much. I mean, they need a lot of work. And obviously, they haven't had that much work around here, and they're a little older than average. So, I guess just be happy that they're still standing. So, look at this one. This one looks like it's from Selma, Alabama or something. So, I remember that apartment building. I mean, it's like a duplex kind of a thing. Walk past it. Okay, good. We almost have it all to ourselves here. Isn't that cool? I have all of Dalton to myself. That's very exciting. Everybody remembers that building. There's the old, let me see if that's a cop. It is. Yeah, I don't want to have him see me holding this up. Okay, we're back again. Okay, I got to slow up. Okay, we've got the old, oh my God, this place, Dolton, downtown Dalton is pretty shut. Like I say, I hardly ever come here. I don't know, looks like they're doing work on something here. There's the old Newman's Drugs. A few people, oh my God, I should show you. The newer Hornies, this is not looking so good either. The Herzogs, which was a club for years. Here's that downtown tavern. Old Cooks. This is really a good time. There's nobody around here. The old bank, First National Bank at Dalton. I don't know what that was. There's a Dalton show. I haven't seen these for a long time like you all. So, I mean, this is all new for me. I hardly ever come out here. I'll go to Dalton Library and turn around so you can see that. Looks like that bank's closed. Look at the sign. Isn't that horrible? Okay, well, there's nobody around here. It's like a ghost town. Look at that building. Holy crap. Look at this. That is screwed. That is screwed. Man, these buildings are like Grey Gardens mansions. 150-year-old ladies walking around, and there was ghosts. Oh, there was Dr. Hunter, that asshole that didn't use Novocaine. Oh my God, I had my teeth cleaned when I was about 8. And it hurt so bad. It was the first time. Just be a man. Be a young man. It doesn't, you can handle it. It's like, I know Novocaine was around for a long time, so it was not like a new item. But no, they never used it there. Here's a Dalton library I haven't been to in about 20 years, probably. Oh my God, the time I spent here. I could just sit here and talk for hours. This was my home away from home. My God, I must have taken out a couple thousand books over the years, at least. And just come here to hang. It was a nice, quiet place. Ride your bike to, or drive over here and do your high school homework. A lot of junior high homework. And they always had the trains. There's one coming right past us as we speak. Okay. Boy, we really have the town to ourselves on a Sunday. It's beautiful. And you always had to come out this way, remember, where the village hall was, and you'll see that there. Hold on, let me get a nice shot of the village hall. There she is. On a Sunday at the end of April 2025. That used to be Lincoln School before they moved down the street, and they called it Park School, I think, because of that street. I guess I could drive past it if you guys really want to see it, but I don't know. There's a car sitting there waiting for the tracks. I don't really feel like farting around doing that, so no, I'll pass. You can see it good enough. Okay, if there was no car there, I might have tried, but okay, you can kind of see the old fire station there if you look. I don't know what this is. This is a newer building that's falling apart. The Friends Dalton is really messed up, let me tell you. Not like you didn't know already, but yeah, it's pretty fried. I mean, if you were I don't know, the richest man on earth, look at that again. If you were the richest man on earth and had all the money in the world, you might be able to rebuild it. I don't know how much it would cost. There's trophies of us. Now, that guy still owns it. He's in our Facebook group, and I forgot his name. But he still owns it and still is active. There's Flagler Agency. I gotta turn the heat off. It's so damn hot in there. Okay, Flagler Agency, and I don't remember what that was. I have no idea. Okay. Now, there's Lincoln School. There's the arch. There's the beloved arch that they left. Okay, so should I take the Indian Curve? No. Maybe I should. I don't know. I don't know if I should or not. Yeah, let's take the Indian Curve. Fuck it. Oh, excuse my language. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. I swore. Sorry about that. Okay, here's the Indian Curve. I don't think they like that I'm holding my camera up here. I don't really care. Okay. Not that the Indian Curve has anything special about it, other than that Lincoln School Burger School was moved and was there. And I think that's it there. I'm pretty sure that that's it there. Boy, there's Mazzucavello's, many. And all those little bags that she wrote on with the amount so we'd learn how much they were. I'm doing this just for the Wozniaks, because I know Carol and Darlene might be watching, okay? So this is how we used to get to your house in Sanderson. And we would go down here. Sanderson had all newer Pasquinelli homes. So it was one of the later parts of Dalton that was built out. So when I show you all these Pasquinellis, I'm showing you really all of Dalton. Because all it is just a carbon copy, a rubber stamp of the same damn ones over and over and over and over and over again. And no, they were not built terribly well. And it was cheap drywall. And a lot of them were falling apart 20 years in. Never mind now. I can only imagine. Okay, so now I forget where the hell I'm going here. Oh, sorry, Wozniaks. I forgot where 146 came into, but I'll tell you what. Let me do something interesting. Like I say, I'm just winging this. There's Fountain Crest. So we are in the first condo development I've ever seen. Matter of fact, we got speed bumps for days around here, but you can see the car moving around. I didn't know what a condo was when this opened up in, I think, 1973. I thought it was a joke because people told me, oh, they own their homes. Like, those are apartments. How can you own an apartment? And it took me a while to get that down. I couldn't understand how somebody can own an apartment, which is basically what a condo is. But yeah, I remember this. I remember they used to have a pool here, and we used to be jealous that the few kids we knew that lived here, which weren't many, had their own pool to hang out in, like a little resort or something. So I haven't been around here in a zillion years, even though I don't live too far from here. But I never come around. I don't have occasion to. So I'm seeing all these things for the first time in like 25, 30 years, like you guys. These actually were pretty, not too bad for condos. I don't remember if this whole complex was this big originally, or if they built more, but I guess this was it. Because it does look old. I never remember it being this extensive, but I suppose it was. That's the Martell's backyard, by the way. That I used to hang in a zillion times in the 70s, especially mid-70s. And a little bit of the 80s. There's the Martell house, if you can see it. And Ron, I know you're watching this, so that's your house. And Lorraine and Gooby. All right, that's the Martell house, and it was a Steyer house. And Bob Steyer could be watching it too if he wants. That's the porch that we used to sleep on when I'd sleep over in the summer. And Frank Martell used to sleep out there a lot because why not? You got fresh air. It's in the summertime, you can't beat it. I know people aren't going to like me taking movies of them, if you want to call it movies with a smartphone, but okay. There she is. Bye, hi, and bye, Martell house. Oh boy, yeah, it's definitely seen better days. Okay, now there's a church next to the Martell's house. Wow, if it was there when I used to sleep over there and hang out in the mid-70s, I could have went to church in the morning. But anyway, there's all the newer, I got a car in back of me, so I have to kind of haul ass a little bit. Those are all the newer Pasquinellis, and there's Bishop Vol's church there. They moved from downtown Dolton. Let me get out of here because I don't like a car on my ass here. And then I can go past, they call it abundant living now. This is a little more fun than I thought it was going to be. So anyway, there's a couple dead-end streets. I'm not going to go there. We used to think the witches lived at that house. Oh shit, I got that car in back of me. Another church, the church with the steeple. I'm looking for, not Ellis. Oh yeah, I should have turned down Ellis, sorry. Okay, but I'll do it later. I'll come down Minerva. You know, it's been so long since I've been here. I lived here for 20 years. I should know better. We lived here from 1966, I'll come down Minerva, 1966 to 1986. So anyway, I come down this way, down Minerva. I remember this house. And one of these was the Steele's house. I don't remember which one it was. Okay. This is the block I grew up on. Okay, so that's the Milrose house. I don't remember what color it was painted, but I know it wasn't green. Okay, so this is the block I grew up on, Scott O'Connor's house. Now, you know, that's your world. You're a little kid. This was my world. The Hollowell's house, Mrs. Berg's house. Jeez, I hope people aren't seeing me holding this camera up. The Hobson's house. There's the alley. I'm not going to go in with the glass. Oh, no, thank you. That is the Henry's house, Scott Kellis's house. I'm going to go past Candy Cane Park, and then I'm going to come back again. I'll show you the rest of my block. Okay, Candy Cane Park. Oh my God, do we spend the time here. You could write books on it. There's a little football field we used to play catch on too. And here's the tennis court and basketball court. Used to be half and half. And I don't remember what I don't see what they did to it because it's been so long. I don't remember the layout. I just remember I used to think it was cool to live right next to Candy Cane Park and just open the door and you're right there. But then again, it probably wasn't so cool for people living there having kids throw stuff in their backyard, or drunk teens throw beer bottles in their yard. That wasn't cool. But anyway, do you guys remember some of these houses? I don't remember too much about these. I just remember there was a really bitchy, crabby old lady that lived in that yard there that never gave us our balls back from the park. And she'd say, I keep them all, you know, and we'd ask if we can have our ball back. So, yeah. Not looking too good, folks, our old neighborhood, but that's okay. It is what it is. Okay, there's the Henry house again. I'm gonna go slow because I'm getting up to my house. This is my life here, folks. That's Jimmy Jones' house with the blind girl, and that's Mr. Tiffany's house. And we're coming up to the Sirkovich's house. I'm getting a little emotional because I haven't been here in years. There's the Sirkovich's house. Okay, Cindy and Candy and Madeline, if you're watching, there's your house. Here's my house. Oh my God. Yep. And somebody's parked in front of my house. I hope people aren't looking at me. Driving past my house. They could be. I really don't give a shit, but I don't know. Okay. I gotta watch it because now people are starting to come out a little more. All right. Well, I spent a lot of time here. 20 years. So, 20 years of life. Parking here, hanging out here, playing basketball at my garage here. I'm not going in the alley because I'm sure there's glass all over it, so I'm not going to even go there. But there's the alley. It used to be gravel back in the day. There's the Bellamy house. The solar panels in the Bellamy house. Jeez, the Bellamy's never thought of that. There's Rob Minto's house. Rob and Todd, there's your house. And the Hills, everybody died in the Hill family. Gary, Timmy, Aggie, Lori, and Lori Sr. They're all gone. Oh my God, there's a lot of potholes here. The Schramm's house. I don't even remember half the people here. The streets are really bad around here. Holy crap. Okay. I'm kind of wrapping it up here. Jesus Christ, are the streets bad around here. They're all this teeny little houses. Bingham house. They look even smaller now that you really look at it. Oh my God. Okay, the Fax house with the big fence out around it now. This is like going through an obstacle course, navigating these potholes around here. I don't know where the hell else to go. All right, I guess I can go back here. No, I'll show you how I used to walk to school. Aren't you all excited about this? This is like an amazing documentary here. Learning how Scott walked to school, but that's how I walked to Berger for 6-7 years. And it came twice. back home because we came home for lunch, watched Bozo, and somehow walked all the way back to school for the afternoon. How did we do it? Okay, you remember all these, and that flagpole used to be there with the flag for years, and I guess it's not there anymore. I don't know where the hell else to go. I guess I'll go around Lorimer Church and turn around. I got one more thing I want to do, and then I think I'll wrap it up. There's too many potholes around here, too. I kind of remember that little house. Okay. There's Lorimer Church. That is where we learned how to drive. A lot of people. That and Kmart parking lot. Okay, should I guess. Church is not in session yet. It's called New Community Church now. I did not think this morning I'd be driving around the Lorimer Church parking lot. That was the last thing on my mind when I woke up. But yet I am, and that's where Berger's School had their classrooms for a while during the baby boom. And the ironic thing is before Lorimer Church was built, for about a year, they held services at Berger's School. So I guess they just returned the favor, which is kind of sweet, isn't it? There's Vandenberg. You see that? Yeah. I went to that school for 3 years, and then Berger, just a little bit past that playground, for another 3 years. So 6 years total, plus kindergarten, I guess, is 7. Okay, so where do we go from here? I guess I'll go down to see Panazzo's and wrap it up. Okay. The Road to Panazzo's, that would be a good title for a movie, huh? Or a book. I don't know if it'd sell very much, but I'll take the Woodland Road to Panazzo's. And when you see these houses, not these, but I mean the bungalows, keep in mind that they all were the same. So if you see when you see the bungalows in Woodland, they're the same as the bungalows on University and Kimber and Kenwood and Dorchester. They were all the same. All built between 1955 and 1960. Mostly 55 to 58. Okay, these little, or more frame ones, I don't know, there's stories as to why they built frame homes, these little slab houses south of 146. I heard it was because of the water level that they couldn't dig for foundations, and that's probably the case because our 146th University home had huge flood issues for ever, the whole 20 years we lived there. So, matter of fact, when the Cleghorn sold the house to us, who later became the village trustee here, he painted the floor of the basement red to cover up the flood marks, the high water marks. And my dad, poor guy, was only 26. He didn't know any better. It was his first home. Didn't know he was buying a basement that would have to be wet vacked for 20 years. But anyway, here's your 1955 to 1958 bungalows. I don't know what builder. Well, they have speed bumps all over around it. Probably, I can only imagine the speeding around here. But yeah, if you catch those bastards the wrong way, it could take your axle out. So I gotta have eyes in the back of my ass driving around here between being in Dalton, period, and the speed bumps and the potholes. And you never know who's out at any time around here. But anyway, does anybody remember all these homes on Woodland? Because it's the only street I'm going to go down in this area with the bungalows. Because like I say, they all look the same. You might be seeing your house. How exciting is that? These streets are really bad out here. But then again, as I say, they're bad everywhere. I'm in Orland most of the time, and they're crap in Orland too. I mean, really, really, really bad. Anyway, people are pretty nice so far. If they see me holding my phone up, they're not staring or anything. So, this is how I walked to Panazzo's. Well, kind of. I think I usually went down to University because that's where I live. But I probably did go down Woodland sometimes too. I'll come back, I guess, in university and go home. How does that sound? Or maybe not. Maybe I should go down 142nd until it becomes Dalton Road for a little bit. I don't want to be driving around too much. I mean, people aren't, it's not that bad around here. Yeah, I mean, it's not Disneyland. I keep on telling people. And it's like, we're afraid of the shrimp boil. It's like, well, it's not Disneyland, but it's not that bad. It's not like you have people with gun turrets on every corner. I mean, yeah, anything can happen. You don't know. There's a car with the lights flashing and honking. Interesting. Okay, here's Panazzo's and Opportunity Field, folks, with garbage all over the place in the parking lot. I gotta watch out for broken glass. That is nasty. Oh my God, I can't even turn anyway. I don't know, looks like they're working on the street or something. I'm not gonna even mess with that. Okay, I guess I won't mess with it. Why not? Okay, that's your Opportunity Field, folks. We know we all played ball here as kids. You know, we don't have to go until... That's where my Little League World Series was played, where I dropped the ball and lost the game for them against the Twins in 1972, I think, or 3, which is about as small potatoes as it gets, but it did happen. It was a big deal for us at the time anyway. Okay, there's Norco. I gotta watch it because I'm curving here. All right. Hi, everybody. I hope I don't look weird holding my phone up, folks. You drivers out here. Okay. Every block east, the streets got a little bit shorter because they got pinched off by Dalton Road. So there was no such thing as 142nd by the time you got to this part of Dorchester and Dante. There's that church. I'll come back down Blackstone because I'll show you my uncle and grandfather's gas station, Tom and Pat's, was right here. It's torn down, but it was right here. And there's the old Sandridge Nursing Home, or something like that. I don't know, maybe that wasn't the name. Oh my God, I spent a lot of time there when Grandpa had a station there, his golf station. And here's those apartments right by the golf station. Hello, apartments by the golf station. And speed bumps. Look at that big ass one. Oh, I don't think anybody likes me taking videos of them, especially if they might be in trouble. They might think I'm an undercover cop or something. This guy's looking at me like really good, like, oh, in the hell is that taking a video? This white guy taking a video here. Yeah, I'm crazy. You have to be crazy to drive around Dalton these days, especially by yourself. But I'm known to be a little bit goofy. So anyway, but I always wanted to do this. Believe me, I'm seeing this with your eyes because I never come out here. I haven't been out here in 20 years. I don't have occasion to. Why would I? But anyway, here's 146. I'll come back this way. I really don't know where I'm going. I mean, I know where I'm going, but I don't know where I want to go or where it would make sense to go. I mean, people are just living their lives here. Most people are nice in Dalton and anywhere. You know, it's a small fringe element that's going to cause trouble. Everybody's just trying to make do. As I say, the homes are not, as you can see there, in the greatest condition. So, but we already knew that, didn't we? So, there's the Pilato's house. About 1972, I was in that bedroom there, hanging out with Steve, looking at his Green Bay Packers memorabilia. And he's still into all that. I saw him about 3 years ago, and he had a Green Bay Packers hat on. So, his loyalties never change. Okay, 146. Oh, I'll come down this way. Okay, 146th Street. See, I don't know where these speed bumps are, so I really got to be careful. How long has this video been? 20 minutes? 40 minutes? Holy crap. I didn't know it was that long. Okay, well, I guess I'll be wrapping it up pretty soon. right away. Okay, if you guys recognize any of these homes, I remember that one. I used to be somewhat intrigued by that. Looked kind of like modern, California modern, that one. Brady Bunchy. Okay, I forget who even lived in any of these homes. My friend Tom Perkins and Terry O'Grady lived down there in that street. I'm not going to go down there. Or should I? Maybe I will. Why not? Okay. Like I said, I don't know where the hell I'm going. Next, I'm winging this whole thing. There's potholes for days. My poor tires. I'll have to pat them and encourage them when I get home from this abuse they've taken and all these potholes. Oh, you poor tires. It's the 1,000th pothole you've just went over. Oh my God, look at these daddy whopper potholes here. Holy crap. I mean, these streets haven't been even cold patched since the BC era. Oh, there's a nice front lawn there. That's wonderful. Okay, I don't remember where Terry O'Grady lived, but he lived somewhere around there. I think, yeah, they're there. And Tom Perkins lived 2 homes away. Okay, I guess we're gonna go down Shepherd. You guys remember this area? Nice stretch with no potholes. That's beautiful. Okay, here's Shepherd. The Good Shepherd Drive. But I'm not gonna, or should I? Okay. We'll ramp it up going down Shepherd to Woodland. All right, Shepherd to Woodland. And here's Woodland. All right. Let's take a little run down Sibley to end the video. So you still have about 5 minutes left. Don't worry, it's not over yet. It pretty much is, but not yet. And you get to see the stickers on my windshield too. This is really exciting. There's potholes even in the main intersections here. I always liked this part of Woodland because of the woods, and the woods are still there. Matter of fact, on the left-hand side, even on the right-hand side a little bit, but mostly left, those homes are right in the wood. We called it the woods. A wooded lot. Not quite as woody and woodsy as it used to be, but still pretty much. There are speed bumps all over Dalton. I never knew that. Like, every freaking street has it. A bump. There's where they filmed the package. Oh, you can't see because of the sun, but that was the package with Gene Hackman, and that Clark house is torn down. Clark house is torn down, so there's where Cal's Roast Beef used to be. Wendy's is still there. That was opened in 1975. Okay, I'll take a right. Oh, I made a good decision coming here early in the morning because it's starting to get busy already, and it's only 8:33. Okay, here's your Sibley, everybody. The Dunkin' Donuts, it's still there, and not many places. KFC, Burger King still there, the old Wise Way. The old Kmart, which is not there anymore, it was torn down, and the Food for Less is there. The Dollar Tree, which was newer. There's Thornridge Bank. It used to be Thornridge Bank. And yeah, auto parts, the store. Like I say, this is like terra incognita for me. There's a Dalton fire station too. I don't even remember half of what these places used to be, and I didn't even see that they changed to so many different places. There's the old Tops. And Hair Performers Chicken Unlimited. And that house that was an insurance agency even when we were kids, Craftsman Thornridge. Here's Thornridge. There's those little pillbox houses across from Thornridge on Sibley. Why anybody would want to live on Sibley in the 60s or 70s or even now, I don't know. Can you imagine having this as your front yard, Sibley? I don't think so. Sambo's, the old Sambo's, I think. I don't remember. The old White Hen that I worked at in 1985 for the summer. And there's no J and Ernie's anymore, but there's a JJ's, Food and Liquors. That's kind of like a J and Ernie's. And we're kind of back where we started from. Yeah, okay. We're back on Chicago Road. So, I hope you guys liked it. I'm going to wrap it up because there's a cop sitting there and he's going to think I'm talking on the phone. So, bye folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Later.